Hey everyone, welcome back. This is the last installment of my entire Flames of War Army collection. This is my Germans, pretty much late war, though parts of them can of course be used in mid-war. This is probably my largest collection, at least points-wise, if not model-wise. It's, in my eyes, entirely incomplete because there's still plenty of units I need to pick up just to fill in some of the holes, but I'll go ahead and show it to you guys. So here is my Panzer IV-H company. I've got 14 of those guys. And immediately behind them, see my captured Panzers, which I've probably ranted about 1,000,000 times on the blog. There's some Jagd Panthers and Martyrs as we move on up. Got some anti-aircraft assets. Here's my Tiger company. Only 8 Tigers, and I think they're actually probably the only Flames of War models I own that I did not paint. I bought those at a time when I was working a lot, thus I was flush with cash and low on free time. So I picked them up. Here's some of my objectives. Okay, moving on, here's my Panther company. It's my recovery vehicle. Panthers. Got 8 Panthers here. Backed up by some Flak Panzer 38Ts. And over here, this is one of my favorite units. Let me get situated over here. We've got my Stug battery. And I have these guys outfitted with the assault troops, or the assault rifle troops. And if you look here, I have them mounted on the back of the plastic that comes on the blisters. That way they're easily removable. And I also have them dismounted here so that I can run the Stalin's Onslaught list or run them as just regular old Stugs. Behind them I have a pair of King Tigers. I've never felt the need to have any more than that. I use a weird camouflage scheme on them. You can find a few references for it. It's octopus. Probably not ever used actually, but typically my painting is more for the cool fun factor of it rather than being totally historically accurate. And speaking of which, these are the first late war German units I ever painted. The camouflage scheme was done that way because I was not quite sure how I was going to do everything by hand without having an airbrush. So not entirely happy with them, but they do see the table periodically. Then I've got some cheesy Brumbars, which have been the scourge of many a Sherman in their day. Over here I've got my recon assets, and I don't have too many of them actually. This is sort of my generic scout platoon. It can either be one of the motorized lists or one of the grenadier on foot support options. Here I've got some Panzer IILs, love those little guys. And over there, some Pumas, another unit I love, and actually that's the next thing I plan to do for my late war Germans, is to flesh out an entire Puma company. Moving on, I've got my Panzer Grenadiers. And here's the 1st Panzer Grenadier platoon. You can see that I have them made to be Lehr, as the captured American half-track. And here's the 2nd platoon. Okay, moving on down this way. Got some Pioneers. And they're backed up by some Pak-40s. It's actually one of the only anti-tank guns in Flames of War I regularly take. Alright. Coming on up here, we've got my Grenadiers. Here's my Snipers, which almost never see the table. Focus in on them a little better there. Here's my HQ. Company Command, 2IC, additional Panzerschreck team. Here's a Grenadier platoon. There's some mortars. There's another Grenadier platoon. Another Grenadier platoon. HMGs. And I actually built my Grenadiers out of the Beach Defense Company. So here's the fortifications that come with that. The Tobruk pits and the tank turrets. And now we're almost done. Here's my 10.5 centimeter artillery. Here's my 3-tube Nebelwerfers. I plan to flesh them out pretty soon. Go to the full 6. And my Panzerwerfers. Rounding out the whole force, we have my HS-129Bs. They've been the scourge of many an Allied player. So, here's the entire army from their point of view. And you can find pictures of them on my blog, which is, of course, whatwoulpattondo.net. Thanks, everybody.